Well, hello there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain Steve, and I'm just going to go through a little bit of speculation, give a few predictions on when I feel this update may drop, the next update for No Man's Sky. So hold on, let me make myself a little bit bigger for a moment. Now, the reason why I think there might be an update coming into No Man's Sky is if you have the No Man's Sky Assistant app installed onto your phone and you go into Community Missions, this is where it lists all the Quicksilver products that you're going to get. And normally, you can hit up next community mission in here. And what it does is it looks inside of the game files and it goes onto them, onto the next lot. That's the last lot that's inside the game files. That's all that's left. Now we've just unlocked the illuminated pot, and next up is the classic chair. Now, talking to Henry Rice says that there's a timer inside of the game files that says that the actual chair is going to drop around the 20th of April, depending on your time zone, give or take a little. But yeah, there's nothing else inside of the Quicksilver Merchant store that we're going to be working towards to unlock with our Quicksilver. So yeah, I feel that there's going to be an update. I don't know whether it's going to be any sort of massive size. It could just be a load of patches for some of the issues that we've got. So at the moment, there's a problem with the Sentinel Quad Dog, for example, that when you call it in multiplayer, it hangs multiplayer. They might just do some patches to fix that and add in a few more Quicksilver items. They could be as simple things as new decals or posters or titles or banners and maybe a few other base parts. That chair and that illuminated pot are from the stations, and they've been inside the stations for freaking eons. So they might just throw in a few new plantery type looking things that you see in the back room or something like that. Who knows? But I'm thinking they're just going to up a few new Quicksilver items into the actual verse. However, that said, let's just pop on over to Twitter space for a second, people. So here we go. If I scroll down on Twitter, the Procedural Traveller is at it again with this. Look, new expedition coming soon. And he says that the tile just changed the other day. He's only just noticed it. So yeah, I haven't noticed it at all, to be honest. So nice little spot there, Procedural Traveller. And funny enough, Sean Murray has just posted a sort of vertical image. That'll look freaking great for a new expedition, wouldn't it? It really would. So yeah, who knows? It could be that there's a new expedition inside of the update. Who knows? But yeah, it could be. It could be. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. But what about the date for this? Hold on, let me just read out some of the comments that we've got coming in. We've got Kate Blair in the house, or Dr. Pong. Hello there, Kate Blair, Dr. Pong. Welcome, welcome. King Gladiatix. Hello, Captain. Well, hello there, King. We've got Warpy in the house as well. We've got Bumley. Oh, there's Dr. Pong. Welcome, Dr. Pong. Yeah, I'd quite hope for ships update for 3.9. Then some sort of ProcGen update for 4.0. But normally, the big updates, like the version 4.0 or version 3 or version 2, if you look back at previous versions that have got like, big standing numbers, 1.5 was next. Beyond was like version 2. Version 3 was Origins. So I think version 4 would be something equally as awesome as those. And all three of those have brought variety in. So you know what? That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Procedural. Oh, we've got Professor Cynical in the house. Hello there, Professor Cynical. I know you've gone a little bit off radar recently. You've had 2 new additions to your family, twins. I hope you're getting on well and getting some decent sleep, Professor Cynical. But glad to see you inside the house, my friend. And I hope everything's going awesome over in Camp Cynical. Awesome. Hey, Pong. Doing well, really, thanks. Nice, nice, awesome. We got AK James in the house. How's it going, Captain? Going good? Going well. Thanking you very much for asking. Right, anyway, so that's over on the Twitter space. There's not been much else on Twitter. There's me posting my video. That thumbnail, freaking awesome. Right, let's just carry on scrolling down. Yeah, we've done some egg giveaways. Now, this is interesting. So over on Steam, 50% off right now. But if you go and have a look to see if it's down in a sale on a PlayStation, it's still $39.99. So no, there has not been a sale on the PSN as yet. I don't know whether I can make that much bigger for you. Yes, I can. Look at that. Freaking heck, that's massive. $39.99. So yeah, if I click into the store, it says I've already purchased it, so it doesn't tell me whether there's a sale on, which is really annoying. But yeah, if my sort of predictions are right, I think we're probably going to get a sale, though, on PSN, either Monday or Tuesday of this week. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Steam depots updated either Monday or Tuesday this week. If we see the Steam depots on, experimental branch or whatever, click over to say that they've been updated tomorrow, then I honestly think that the update may drop as soon as either maybe Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday of this week. If we see this update on the Friday, I don't think we're going to get an update over the weekend, and I very much doubt the update will drop on a Monday. It's just very unheard of inside of the Hello Games verse. So I think maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week. So that's my predictions. It's either going to happen this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So let me just have a quick look at what that is on the old calendar. So let's bring up the old calendar. Oh, great. My calendar's not blinking working. Does it work on this screen? Yes, it does. So Tuesday the 12th, 13th or 14th would be my sort of bettings if the Steam updates update tomorrow. If they update tomorrow, I think we might get the update on any of those 3 days. However, if not, then I think it's going to be either the 19th, the 20th or the 21st. Now, the Steam actual sale runs until the 21st. So that's pretty interesting. We've got the timer for the Quicksilver item, the last chair, that ends on the 20th. So these 2 dates really stand out as the last point in time where I think there might be an update that's dropping. So these sorts of ideas that I've got around it, the date that it may drop, I put over on side of my community page as a poll. So here we go. PC and Steam sale is now on. The Quicksilver chair item is the last in the game files, and I think the new update could drop as early as next week, or when the chair unlocks around the 20th of April. Thanks, Henry Rice, for the date. Heck yes. Steam sale ends around the 21st. There you go. So that's pretty much everything that we've covered so far. Big tick in that frickin' box. Righto. So down here I put down a poll of the dates that I think are most likely, but it looks like the 20th to the 21st is ringing out with inside of the community as the most likely. Okay, so a lot of people are saying not until May, Captain Steve. So there we go. Let's hit on up the actual comments. Let's see what we've got comments-wise. So here's Beeblebum's prediction. Now, Beeblebum's pretty good with his old predictions. With the sale ending on the 21st, a Thursday, there would only be 1 to 2 days of the sale left if the update released on the week of the 20th. We never had an update drop that late. And the end of the sale period, which is right. They do like to do the drop at the start of the sale period, but considering the sale hasn't actually hit Xbox or PlayStation yet, I doubt it's going to be this week unless we see a sale happen like tomorrow, and the Steam updates, well, the Steam depot update tomorrow. Then I think he could be on for a winner for his prediction. There we go. So it seems logical that once the sales hits both PSN and on Xbox on a Wednesday, we might see an update on Wednesday or Thursday, the 13th or 14th. So yeah, so Beeble has pointed out that sales don't normally happen till midweek on consoles. So if we do see something, it probably won't be Monday, like I'm thinking. I don't think so. Well, we might see the Steam Depot update tomorrow. If we see the Steam Depot update tomorrow and sales hit PlayStation on a Wednesday and the Xbox, then I think he could be right with the Thursday as being the date that it drops. So there we go. Still seems these sales are linked to the BAFTA Awards, so it might be a false alarm. It might be, but then there's nothing inside of the Quicksilver store after the actual chair. So I think there will be a small update. Like I say, it might just be for polish and patches. We'll have to see. I'm quite excited. I think something's going to happen either this week or next. Okay, so cool. The elusive chair. Plenty of unintentional swivel we've had. I actually replied to Beeble. I put with the chair being the last QS item and restocked that. And then I said I'm going to make a video. I said I'd put it live Monday, but no, I decided we'll just do a live video. And we're doing now on a Sunday. Why not? I've got some Ribiners. Let me just wet my whistle. Yummy. What have we got going on inside of the chat quickly? Oh, we got Professor Cynical. All going great, Captain. Thanks, bud. I'm glad. It must be pretty tricky juggling twins. Yeah, don't juggle twins. Not literally. You know what I mean? Anyhow, go. Let's scroll down. I'd like better multiplayer synchronization as quality of life updates. 3.9 to 4.0. Bumley, I think you might be onto something, because if they are going to be putting this onto the Switch, they need to get it as polished as possible on all platforms, I feel. Especially when it goes over to Switch. You don't want bugs on Nintendo Switch, do you? That really would do them a lot of damage if there was. So I think you're right. I think we're just going to get quite a lot of small updates alongside massive patches and fixes to improve quality of life and stability of previous gen and current. Heck yes. So yeah, woof to you, Noodles. Oh, nice one. Okay, cool. I'm a new follower, and your last information I checked was the greatest information I ever got. Thank you so much, says Lewis. You're welcome, Lewis. Welcome. Welcome to the journey. Brilliant. King, imagine arenas in No Man's Sky where you can fight NPCs and players. That being said, there will be bugs. There'll probably be a lot of upset people as well if PvP got added in. But yeah, as long as you can turn it off, then yeah, perfectly fine. What content would you like to see included in 3.9 and 4.0? Well, if you've got time, Bumley, and if you haven't already, watch GDC 2015, the art direction of No Man's Sky. You know what, that's quite hard to freaking remember, isn't it? So let me just jump over here. I put in GDC 2015, art direction, No Man's Sky. Boom! And it's this one here. You can see I watch this quite regularly. Yeah, I like looking at the past to look at what might come out in the future. A lot of people say to me, Captain Steve, stop looking at the past. There's no point in looking at the past. No, there really is. There's a lot of point in looking at the past because a lot of the things that they said in GDC 2015 are slowly coming into iteration right now. So watch this video. Okay, GDC 2015. Kapow. There we are. And I'm going to pin that. There we go. Let's pin that for you guys. But yeah, watch that because in there they talk about how they're going to procedurally generate things and all sorts of stuff inside of the No Man's Sky verse, and how that they're going to actually distort wireframes and all sorts of other things. So yeah, I would strongly suggest hitting that video up because it's really cool. Damn, there's a bracket there. Yeah, very awesome. It's like they talk about structures at this point. So he's talking about structures in No Man's Sky, but he goes into the whole blueprint system and how they actually generate stuff. Here you go. Here's the blueprint system. You know what? I'll let you listen to a little bit of it for a second. So let me just get it to where he talks about it. Here we go. So this is where he's talking about non-handmade and crafted items. Let me just turn him up.
And then artwork pops out. But that's, and I imagine some people do that, but that's not how we do it. It's still incredibly artistic driven.
I'll just check to see whether you can hear him.
It's your procedural artwork's only as good as the base template that we create. I'm going to talk about that. So this is a tree trunk, and this is the blueprint system. It adds a type of branch. It then adds a type of leaf. It then selects a bark type and a leaf type, and it is then decorated to match the environment, and it is then skewed to be different. And then we can see it for a different version where we take the same trunk, a different set of branches is selected, different leaves.
So basically what he's saying there is every single tree would look different. Right now, if you look at two trees that are next to each other, they're identical. But what it should do is actually bend the wireframe, change the amount of branches, change the amount of foliage upon a tree, maybe even put like vines hanging down from the tree, maybe even weather them, put like, that one's got spikes on, but maybe there'd be more spikes on one tree than its neighbour. So it'd look more organically alive. So it'd make the planets feel more interesting. I hope that they bring a lot of this into a version 4.0, alongside his idea of super biomes. So I don't know whereabouts it is in this video, but what he does is he talks about, oh, here we go, believability and the simulated world. So here we go. Let me just see if this is the right point. Let me see if I'm on my old headset again, and we'll have a listen to this, because this is interesting, because he says that No Man's Sky would never have set biomes because people spot patterns. But I'd let him talk about it. This is the lead graphics designer for No Man's Sky back in 2015. This is before it launched. This is what I watched, and this is why I pre-ordered the game.
What's going on behind the scenes. And the thing with video game artwork is so much of what we do is an illusion. Like, especially linear games where you can look out a window and you can see a mountain in the distance, but we all know that, you can't get to that mountain. And as artists work in the industry, everything we do is, where it's all pretend and we don't want anybody to see behind the scenes. And having those separate biomes, it absolutely revealed that. And our game is it's incredibly important that you don't get that sense of illusion. So what we ended up doing was creating what I call a super biome, which is a biome which covers all those biomes in one fell swoop. And it's, what's a good way of explaining it? If you imagine if you've ever used like a terrain generation tool where you'll have lots of different sliders that control different things like spikiness of mountains, trees, and we have that, but we have hundreds of different sliders, and we have min and max values for all those different sliders, but I don't have to go into every planet and manually move those sliders. What happens is when a planet is terraformed, those sliders are moved to different positions. Now, originally those positions were random, but what we found really interesting is if you start to link those sliders to things within the universe, like distance from a sun, whether the planet has a moon or not, then the results start to become believable, and you start to spot patterns, but it's patterns that you accept because you start to realize that, oh, this planet's really close to the sun, so the foliage is either going to be non-existent or it's just not going to be very green. And that's where the believability comes into it. And another thing from looking at the real world is I realized that
So there we go. That's his own words. You know, players can spot patterns. You would land on a frost crystal planet, go, oh, that's a frost planet, and then you would take off. So they wanted super biomes. So in 4.0, I really hope that they'd probably have to do a reset though, wouldn't they? You know? But yeah, I'm hoping that they give us super biomes and planets and an actual sun as well, because at the moment we don't have really a sun. I mean, they've added like binary systems and free sun systems, but you can't fly to any of these suns. They're just like little pixels that give off light that you can actually move. But it'd be nice to see some of this stuff added in. And I know that I'm looking back to look forwards, but this is all the stuff that they wanted in the game. And they are slowly putting in these things that they were their original ideas and their original concepts. They are slowly coming into iteration. So who's to say? But yeah, 4.0, I'd like to see that level of variety brought into the game, not only with their planets and the biomes, but also all of the flora that appears on those planets. I want them to look more lifelike and more organic and lived in. That's what I'd like to see, but you know, who knows? A lot of people say to me, Captain Steve, no, that's not going to happen. One, they're not going to do another reset, which perhaps they won't, you know, perhaps they won't, but, you know, who knows? And, yes, another thing is that they've already gone too far down with the biome route. You know, we've got biome-related plants like frost crystal, like solarium, and, you know, you have to go to those places. There would be a massive, great big overhaul. However, you know, when they added in Next, they added in a massive overhaul to refining and all sorts of other stuff then. And although that they'd done a reset, back then you could only really have one base, and that they let you restore your bases. So maybe there's ways and means that they could do a reset and keep everybody happy. But I'm going to leave that technical wizardry to them. Anyhow, let's go back to my poll, because there was a few other comments there that I haven't read out yet, isn't there? Was there some that I didn't read? Let me go and just double check that I didn't read that. There was only 6, wasn't there? Maybe we did read them all. Let's have a quick double check. Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm hoping on the 24th, fingers crossed. I said they'll work out many bugs, good clean update with more goodies and such. Nice one, Radion. Hope so too. I told you it'd drop 4.20, getting it for all. Okay, fine. 4 to 20 is a Nip Nip Expedition update. So Sky Masters, music and more. Sky Masters actually got a channel. Really good content creator. Check him out. We've got Beeblebum as well. Awesome chap. Awesome content creator. So there we go. There's all the feedback anyway. So lovely job. Let's have a look, see. Moose Gaming, hello there, Wolfie, thank you. And we've got Archangel in the house. Hi there, Moose. Moose is a good content creator in the house there, people. Awesome. And Catherine W, hello there. Yeah, I actually put you on my my wall the other day, Catherine. Let's go back to here. Let's have a scroll down. Look, there you are. Catherine W is live right now. Yeah, put that out there for everybody. You got 7 likes. Hopefully you got a few people pop on over and take a look at your channel, because you've got an awesome channel over there, Catherine. So, what else have I got? Yeah, I hit up No Man's Sky News beforehand, and there's not much going on No Man's Sky news-wise anyhow. So, yeah, there's a few bits about the BAFTA that they've got, and a few other bits and bobs about the BAFTA again. Oh, look, there's me with my news video that's just coming up. Pretty nice. Awesome. No Man's Sky news and rumours. It's not really... It's just that No Man's Sky's coming to the Switch, which, yeah... They did say that we was going to get more news about the Nintendo Switch update and what that means and what functions the Nintendo Switch version would have. When you watch the No Man's Sky Switch trailer, right at the very end it says No Man's Sky Switch version. And I think that the No Man's Sky Switch version is going to be very separate to all the other versions. I don't even think it's going to have multiplayer looking at the trailer and stuff, because you didn't see other players, you just saw a mech walking around, and we all know that mechs have now got AI. So There is that one. So yeah, I'm very eager to see what happens this week. And if nothing happens this week, it's going to be next week. But keep your eyes peeled on the old Twitterverse. I would strongly suggest, if you haven't already started following the Procedural Traveller, to follow him, because he's usually very quick with the news and getting it up there. It's like, I'm looking to see whether the Steam updates, well, it's the depots update. If they update, I'm going to start getting excited. And if I see another sale, like on PlayStation or on Xbox come Wednesday, yeah, very excited for a new update. Whether that update is going to be 3.9 or whether it's going to jump to 4.0, I honestly don't think we're going to get update 4.0 until the Switch update drops, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know, we've seen in the game files, accidentally, we've seen the flamethrower, you know, the old incinerator, and we also saw some freighter base parts that they're working with, like lifts and gantries that go outside on your freighter. So maybe there's going to be an overhaul to freighter base building, and maybe there's going to be incinerator and other weapons being added into the actual verse at some point. But we've been saying that with the incinerator for the last year or so, because it appeared a year ago. It might just be a dev messing about with stuff, but they have programmed in haptic feedback for the PlayStation 5 for that incinerator. So who knows? Fingers crossed we're going to see something happen either this week or next week is basically what I'm saying. That's my speculation. And yeah, if you want to sound off in the comment section of this video, please do. I'd love to read your comments back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Holy Fook says no multiplayer as well. Justin Stryker says, if you find an interesting tree and build a tree around it, you'd expect to see trees by the same when you revisit. Okay, fine. There's a lot of tree stuff going on there. Thank you very much for your tree stuff. The void is coming, says Garrett Jacks. I was banging that jump all last year and it didn't freaking come. I feel a little bit gutted, to be honest, because all the lore is pointing to the realm of glass and the void. There's so many mentions of the void and the realm of glass and this alternate reality where Ariadne disappeared to. We had all of that summer lore from almost 2 years ago now. So, you know, who knows? We can only but hope, can't we? We got Stephen Walker has become a super member. Nice one, Stephen Walker. Thank you very much for becoming a super member. I'm going to have to add you to the end of my videos as a thank you. Yeah, that'll take me a little bit to do that. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that done. So you'd appear maybe hopefully in the next videos, at the end of the videos. Thank you for all of your support. Very much appreciated. Yeah, lovely stuff. And the trailer would be like 5 months old by the time you Switch update drops. That is true. That is very true stuff. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what might happen? We need waterfalls and terraforming, says Jamie Slark. Terraforming would be quite cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of people playing Planet Crafter, and we've got a lot of these dead planets and dead worlds, and it'd be so cool to be able to terraform those. I've actually made videos on terraforming. Let me see if I can find one of my Captain Steve terraforming videos. Captain Steve terraforming. I'm terrible at spelling, people. There we go. I'll just play you this one. So I've got 2 videos on terraforming of planets, and I'd say they're both equally as good as one another. But this one goes into selling of it. But it's 8 minutes. I'll just play the 6-minute one. Let's hit this one up. Let's just get past the adverts and get past my intro, and then I'll play it for you, people. Let's just skip to there, and here we go.
Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, as I, Captain Stephen X here, and today, chums, I have got an ideas video for you to improve the companion's update. So yeah, come a little closer. Yeah, prick up those ears, because I'm bringing ideas. Heck yes, mind-blowing ones. Well, I hope they are. I hope you guys like these ideas, because I put a bit of thought into them. Heck yes, and I even put out some polls to generate an idea of what people wanted. So here we go. I put up a poll here about creature size, because at the moment some pets are coming out pretty big. Yeah, I think these ones are quite sensible. They're not too bad. I think hopefully they're going to leave that sort of in and allow us to have giant creatures twice the size of a portal, perhaps, 12 meters as standard. But then I saw this, and you can see this creature from space. What the fudge? I was kind of like, yeah, laughing out loud first of all, but then I got a sad face thinking, well, that could cause problems. But anyway, a lot of people out there in the verse love this update as it is, and I'm one of those people. I scored this like an 8.6. But here we go. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, that would help me massively. I'm trying to hit 15,000 subs by July, which is my 2nd anniversary. But my first idea, chums, really, apart from capping the size maybe to the 12 meters, is don't you think this looks a little bit like a Pokeball? I mean, I shouldn't really say that, should I? But it'd be nice if one player could stand this side on that marking, and another one could stand this side on that marking. It almost looks like a place for a player to stand and a place for their pet to stand, doesn't it? But then, yeah, maybe it could launch it like a little Poke battle, and it could give you the results of a winner. So yeah, it could just sort of compare the stats and tell you which one is the most gentle, which one is the most aggressive, like a comparison. It's not really, you know, the winner takes it all or anything. I mean, I doubt you would even get anything off the back of this. It would just be notoriety, comparing one pet to another. Heck yes, like a game of top trumps or something. I think that could work. I mean, this space is kind of dead space, so why the fudge not? It would make better use of it anyhow. My next idea is for this genetic input device, so you can put your actual egg into the top there. But if it still had incubation time, it'd be nice to be able to speed that up, either by like adding an extra 1,000,000 units per hour or 100 nanites per hour, just to speed it up. I mean, there's a lot of us running around with a load of units, a load of nanites, and why the heck not? I mean, at the moment there are people speeding up their timers outside of the verse, so PC, even on console you can do that. However, I play a game called My Time at Porsche, and there's probably other games like that use an in-game clock, and messing with an in-game clock can make you miss an event or something. But you guys out there, you play the way you wish. But yeah, that's the reason why I don't really speed up my eggs. And also, I do a load of video editing in between, so I'm kind of fine with waiting for 24 hours. Anyway, my next idea, I need to hit this up on this panel over here. Executamundo XO. Pow! So yeah, a lot of systems that are sort of got dead systems, they're the ones with the data unavailable at the bottom. You're going to find have got a blown up sort of station on there. I would like to repair these stations. I have done a video idea on repairing and owning stations. I'll put that in the top right corner. But these systems have no fauna. You can scan the minerals and you can scan the flora, which I think could tie in quite nicely to building fauna on a planet, because at the moment dead planets have no fauna. So it'd be nice to be able to bring in some sort of egg machine into your base onto one of these dead planets. So you touch down on a planet, yeah, okay, brilliant, yeah, I quite like this world, but it has no fauna. So there we go, no fauna on here. So I might start scanning a few rocks and a few flora just to build up some sort of DNA repository to get an idea what the biome is and all that sort of stuff for my computer once I've built a base. So here you go, I've just built a very crude base. Righto, awesome, got myself a base. Now I need to place in the egg machine. So the egg sequencer goes there, pow pow, pum pum, install a mondo, and now I can put in my eggs. So actually I interface with the actual device first, and it brings up a menu. Swish, Dapper created this on Photoshop. You put in your egg, you select what sort of fauna you want to generate from your egg. It looks at the DNA, but you can also put in Quicksilver items there. So yeah, and it starts sort of doing what it does, and it sort of generates out creatures that make sense to the creature in your egg. So if you put a Diplo in there, it's going to have the Diplo that you've got, but it would take into account what biome it is. So it may change some of the things. So this is a fungal planet, so it might put some shrooms or some sort of fungal sort of textures or something on your actual creature that makes sense to the biome. So it may alter what the creatures look like slightly on the planet, but then it would create sort of subsections of creature. So there might be like a little deer creature that it creates as well that's got similar sort of, you know, markings and stuff as your actual Diplo. But then if you put Quicksilver items in there, it may replace items that you've scanned in the flora database with the two things that you've put in from the Quicksilver database. So in this case, I might even get those little mud huts on a fungal world randomly generated, which would be freaking awesome. Okay, so I think that'd be nice. Like a mini terraformer based on your pet's DNA is where I'm going with this. And another thing is I'm running over to the center console. I'm thinking for bases and also on your freighters, it would be nice to have fauna pens. So we've got all these little command consoles here where you can check on the actual, you know, the progress of your missions. But how cool would it be to have actual pens on your actual freighter where you can check on your actual creatures, or other players can visit your freighter or your base and they can check on your creatures. I mean, the only creature I could get to spawn here was that one that's bouncing around, but it gives you an idea. There could also be carbon racks, and you can throw out some creature pellets, check to see whether they're happy, and feed them, make sure all their stats are great. All lovely jubbly, and there's also an auto feeder there, so maybe you could actually program it to feed your creature when you're not there. I think that'd be a gnarly idea, heck yes. Maybe even it harvests the egg for you, and it should be relevant to the biome that the creature's on, so you don't have to keep taking your creature back to the planet in question. Anyway, they're all my ideas, and I'm hoping that you...
So there we go, that's one idea for terraforming. Now, there was one other video there, this one here, And this one
Shopify
goes about
comes with everything you
separating
need to
biomes
start
out as well. So let me just skip to that bit because this one's got a more complex one. I think I got my videos mixed up a little. If I skip it on a little, diddly diddly dee, where was it? Where it gets to the ideas. I'll just get it to where it's the mock-ups of my ideas. Here we go.
Just change this into a terraformer and no one's going to freaking miss it because these don't do heckin' nothing anymore. So here we go, so let's kick that into life. And yeah, so I'm just going to quickly mock up a quick image and place it over the top of this to show you what I'm on about. So here you go. So once you actually go into here, terraforming planet, select options. You can hit randomize or customize. Now if you do hit the randomize, it gives you a rough idea in the top right hand corner what it may do to the planet. So in this case, it may give you tropical climate with fungal type spores and toxic storms. It's definitely going to give you higher water levels and water life. And there's also a chance that it's going to increase the life forms on the planet, so not just one fauna anymore. So you could just hit randomize, or you can hit customize. And in customize, you can actually select different hemisphere separations. You can have up to 4 biomes. So I've gone with frost on top and bottom to give it like poles to the north and south. And then you can add fauna or mineral or whatever discoveries you wish to the actual planet and build this out how you want, as you like it, and even set different tints and colors and terraform a planet. So after you've done all your terraforming, your scanning, all that sort of stuff, head on up to your freighter. There may need to be a new console for this or a new sort of interaction terminal where you just hook up to it, fire it up and say, yeah, I want to hold an auction. Takes a couple of seconds to call in the actual different sort of races from around the verse, and they appear as holographic projections above this sort of like doohickey here, this holographic planetary type thing, because that kind of makes sense. It could kind of work. It pushes people to get a decent freighter and stuff, doesn't it? But here we go. Here's the races. So yeah, the Korvax are offering nanites, the Gek are offering units, and the Viking are offering quicksilver. And depending on your rate of discoveries and things, you can choose which one you want, or you can just hit leave if you don't like any of those options. But yeah, after you've actually selected that race and their fate.
There we go. That's my 2 ideas around terraforming. And once you finish terraforming your planet, you can actually just, sell it off, auction it off to somebody if you want. Anyway, let's read through the comments that's inside of here. Anyhow, I saw a lot of people saying about water physics and having waterfalls and rivers. That'd be freaking ace to have waterfalls and rivers. It really would. That'd be freaking great. Heck yes, it would. So there's a lot of good ideas that are going on here of what people would like to see inside of the updates, and I share a lot of your thoughts and feelings on a lot of this stuff. I foresee extra ship slots, says Wolfie. Wouldn't it be cool if, inside of your freighter and you've got all 6 of your ships there? It'd be nice if there was a central control button that you could press and it just flips the landing pads, and then you've got another 6 ships in there. So maybe we can have double the amount of ships that we've got now. But I think ships need to have more perks and ship-related missions, or else it's just a little bit pointless. At the moment, there's not much variety in between the different ships, and I hope they bring in some variety for ships inside of the verse at some stage as well, people. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Oh, Nirwana's in the house. Hello there, Nirwana. It's awesome to see you here, Nirwana. Welcome, welcome. She's a great base builder, people. Check out her channel. It's freaking wonderous. Heck yes, it is. She's a lovely person. We've got Jason Plays in the house as well. Hello there, Jason Plays. Hello there, everyone. Jason Plays, I'm about to end off my video now, Jason. But yeah, we talked about Planet Crafter. Jason Plays is actually playing Planet Crafter. I strongly suggest you check out Jason Plays. He's freaking awesome. And Planet Crafter is a freaking awesome game. Actually, let me just jump over to Planet Crafter since we've been talking about stuff. Let's just hit on up Jason Plays' channel and I'll show you Planet Crafter quickly over on his channel. Because, yeah, we've just been talking about terraforming and this game does it beautifully well. And it's actually really quite cool. Multiplayer coming to Planet Crafter. Worth it. Here we go. Let's just hit up one of Jason's videos quickly, people. I'll make this nice and full screen. And I'll unmute it for a second. We can hear what he has to say about Planet Crafter. Sadly, this is only for PC right now, people. But I'm hoping, once it comes out of beta, that it might come across to, other platforms and things, which would be excellent. Oh, for fudge's sake. Come on, adverts. 2, 1, and done. Brilliant. There we are. Let's unmute
Welcome
this.
back to the channel, everyone. Jason here with more of like a did you know video, a video just to kind of show you guys a game that I think you would like if you're on PC. So there is a game called Planet Crafter. It's out in early access, so it's not a fully polished game. They're still adding a whole bunch to it, but it is so unbelievably
It does look very in keeping with No Man's Sky. This looks like if No Man's Sky had a love child with freaking Subnautica. I love all these hydroponic plant things. If somebody said this is No Man's Sky 4.0 on that screenshot, I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, it kind of looks very in keeping.
Fun. I've been playing it for the past week or so, and I am in love with it. I have about 20 hours in the game already, and the whole objective of the game, it is you're stuck on a planet and you're trying to terraform it. You're trying to turn it from a waste.
So there's actual crashed ships on these planets that you go inside. And it has that derelict freighter type feel as well, isn't it? It does have No Man's Sky vibes. So if you're looking for something No Man's Sky-ish, the only thing that I'm not so keen about Planet Crafter is you're on an alien planet that has no alien life. Now, I have been watching Wortherby play as well, and he's got to the point where he starts generating insects. I don't know whether that moves on to actual bigger flora, or fauna, I should say, but it'd be nice to actually have alien life on an alien planet. You know, I mean, that's kind of what makes a sci-fi game is when they start adding in aliens. Otherwise, it feels a little bit, yeah, it doesn't feel very alien to me. But other than that, this looks great.
Wasteland into a green paradise. It's a very similar feel and almost very similar look to Subnautica. If you've played Subnautica, you'll probably like this. You'll probably dig this a lot. But yeah, the only big difference is instead of trying to leave the planet, you're...
So I think he just drew a comparison there to Subnautica and No Man's Sky like I. So yeah, check out Jason Plays. If you want to see more of Planet Crafter, check out Jason Plays, hit him a sub, and watch some of his stuff on Planet Crafter, because it's really cool. Even if you haven't got a PC, it's worth having a look, because it might come to console. Fingers crossed. But anyway, it's awesome. So yeah, we just talked about terraforming, so I thought I'd just hit this up quickly, because if you want a terraforming game, there is one available. PC only, though. Anyhow, people, I'm going to be ending off. I'm just going to read out a few more of these comments that are over here. Okay, we've got Elite Gamers in the house as well. Hello there, Elite Gamers. He's pretty darn freaking awesome as well. He's a content creator for No Man's Sky. Jason Play says, more ships would be awesome. If it's too hard to change things, then just let us have multiple freighters with 6 landing pads in each. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, just have a different freighter that you call in. Wouldn't it be awesome to summon in 2 freighters next to each other? Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, Leafy Clark, off to work. Okay, nice one. Cool. And we got a Wandering Lisa. I would like double height freighters. Build modules so you can make a good sized garage workshop area. Wandering Lisa, it's a little bit weird. If you go back to vanilla and when you got your first freighters back quite a lot of builds ago, you could make double high rooms inside of freighters. You know, all the interior building parts, you could use those. So you could have dividing walls in there and all sorts of stuff. And then they got rid of all of that. So I don't know why they made that decision, because now it feels very enclosed, doesn't it? Martel Bartez just dropped me £2 or €2 or $2 or something inside of the super chat. Well, thank you, Marcel Bartez. And look at that. Hey, you. Yeah, nice. Very cool. Thank you very much, Marcel Bartez. Much appreciated. Very generous of thee. Thanking you. Nice one. I have a strong feeling that they'll bring it to console. I really hope so, Jason. I will pick it up then and play it then. But at the moment on PC, probably not for me. And one on PC that I do like the look of is Osiris Zero Dawn. It's very similar to this, apart from you've got aliens trying to kill you the whole time that you're trying to do all this sort of stuff that you're doing in Planet Crafter, which looks quite good, but it looks a little bit buggy in places. And they've been working on it for a long time, and it's still buggy, so who knows. Assistant No Man's Sky, howdy Captain and chat. Well, howdy there, Assistant No Man's Sky. If you go back to the start of this video, Assistant No Man's Sky, I started talking about your app and how the Quicksilver items, there's nothing else in the game files. So yeah, head on back and watch that. Rugged Elf in the house. Hello there, Rugged Elf, another good content creator. Hello there, Rugged Elf. Nice one, Wolfie, for dropping all the links. It looks like my Streamlabs is still foobarred to fudge. Anyhow, I'm going to end off now, people, because I think I've said everything I need to. So I think it's going to either be this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I honestly think it's more likely to be next week, because we haven't got the sales on console and we haven't seen the Steam depots updated. However, if the Steam depot updates tomorrow, then it could be this week. And I will start getting excited, and I'll probably do another video. But for now, this is how I feel at the weekend, but that could all be subject to change. Anyhow, people, you've been freaking awesome as always. Thank you very much for being here and spending some of your weekend with me. I think Zane's World will be live later. I just checked that he isn't live now, but I think it's quite early at the moment. So let's have a look at Zane's World. Let's have a look, see if he's live. Aha! Set reminder, 6 p.m. He's going to be live in 5 minutes, people. So let me just grab this, and we can jump over. We can raid him now. And yeah, I'm going to be over there watching that. That's freaking awesome. Let me just get back to my stream, my channel. And where's me? There I am. Oh, fudging heck. Click that. And yeah, I will chuck this in there. Zane. Chickapow. Let's go give him a Captain Steve raid. Yeah, so, I don't know. CPT Steve raid. Okay, it might not like all capitals, but yeah, let's go over there. Let's raid him, because that would be pretty nice. Yeah, let's go over, and I'll just stick that in there. I'll see if it likes all capitals. I'll put it in there. I think I'm not a mod over on his, I don't think. So yeah, here we go. Scatterblaster's my favourite. Heck yes. But I do like the Pulse Splitter now, actually. I want to change my vote. I want to change my vote. Pulse Splitter is now my new favourite, because you can actually put flame on there. So there we go, Captain Steve Raid. Awesome. Oh, Holy Fook, nice one. Thank you for jumping across, buddy. Much appreciated. I'm going to hit a like as well, so hopefully it picks the Google algorithm up. But what I love about Zane is he goes into all the stats. He really does. What a cool multi-tool. Hopefully he shows the location of it, making the perfect weapon, and he's doing this in permadeath. So there we go. What an awesome way to start, well, to end off your weekend, people, with Zane. And with Captain Steve. 2 UK content creators back to back. Heck yes. Until next time, people, you've been awesome. Have a very good weekend, what's left of it. And yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.